Hi, my name is Vicki and this is Heartland Knits and Sews, my YouTube channel where I talk about all the things I love to do, mostly knitting and sewing. Today is my turn on the vlogger tour for a gift to November. This is an Instagram challenge run by Alison, who is SewLikeDotty, and it's a great challenge to kind of get ideas for things to make for your loved ones for Christmas or any other holiday, birthday, whatever. But it's run in November to sort of get things out of the way. You can get things made up in advance and post them on Instagram. I'm not going to go into a really big detail about all the ins and outs of how to post and what to say. I'm just going to put the slide kind of with all the hashtags and rules and everything so that you can see it. I'm on the second half of November here, so I'm sure you've heard it multiple times. I will put all the details though down in the description box just in case you need to look up what exactly the hashtag is. I will just say one thing because it's new this year, and that's when you post your item to please put the country where you're living in. That will just help Alison out a little bit. There are a ton of really great prizes. Some of them are UK specific, so it will just make her life a little easier if where you're located is just listed in your post. If you are somebody that has family or friends who love getting things from you, count your blessings. I am not so lucky. In fact, I was told straight out, tell Vicki not to make anything for us anymore. This was way before I started to sew. I knit things for people. One year I made, I don't know, 10 or 11 pairs of socks for individuals in my family, and one year I made lots of different things. There were hats, there were sweaters, there was all kinds of different things. But yeah, the word came down to me, they really don't want anything. Which, okay, gave me complete license to be a completely selfish knitter. But you like to make things for people. At least I'd like to make things for people. So I started doing what I think of, especially after I learned to sew, but I would do sort of add-on things. So if I bought something, I would make something to sort of that went with it, that I could add on to it, or that I could use as sort of packaging, for the gift or something like that. Then I could make something. They were still getting something that they desired, which was something store-bought. And I could still feel like I was giving a little piece of myself, because that's what it feels like when you make something, right? You're thinking about that person all the while you're making it. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you 5 things to sort of add on to a present that maybe you have purchased. So one of the items that I really love giving to people as a gift are books. I love books, and I love giving them as gifts also. So if you have somebody who loves to cook, you want to give them a cookbook. There's a lot of little things that you can add on to give them, kitchen-y kind of things. But one of the things I love the best is to do a little apron. It's really simple and easy. I know I've seen other people mention giving aprons. There's a ton of patterns out there, a ton of free patterns. This, I'm just going to show you, this is my apron. I'm not exactly sure where it came from, but I did find a free pattern similar to it. But it's just like this little sort of half apron. It's got a double layer, so you can wipe your hands on this if you need to, and it's just pretty. I don't remember the fabric designer. I can't think of what her name was. If you know, put it down in the comments below. But I don't think she has fabric anymore. But anyway, it's just a really simple little thing. Some gathers, a little pocket, a little ruffle. I did find this little pattern. It is from Sew for Home, and it's it's quite similar to this. It's got the double layer. The edging is different. It doesn't have the ruffle, but a ruffle would be easy to put on. It has like a rickrack edge, but it's just a simple little thing. You could use it out of scrap fabric. This is just really pretty. Yeah, that is idea number one. Item number two is a little jewelry pouch, sort of like this one. Now this is mine. I didn't make it. I bought it a long time ago, like maybe 25-ish years ago, but I use it every time I travel anywhere. I bought this, my dad was in the hospital and they had a little store that had lots of things that were made by, I don't know, the hospital ladies. I'm not sure who they were, but this was in there and I bought it and I've used it ever since. But they're really easy to make. And if you're giving somebody a little pin or some earrings or something, to put them in a little thing like this, then you sort of save on packaging. You don't have to use it's a little more sustainable, but it's basically, it's 2 layers of circles. Mine has satin on the outside. You could, and then like a little cotton print on the inside. You could reverse that, obviously, if you wanted, but I really like how that looks. And then you've got a drawstring and it just closes up and it keeps everything really nice and secure when you travel. So yeah, so I didn't make this myself, but I did look up and have one, and I will list all of these down below, of course, but one by Melanie Ham looks to be kind of the closest shape and size. Now some of them put some batting down in the center it makes it a little puffier, which is fine, but because I use this for traveling, I don't want sort of extra bulk, and nothing's ever been damaged in here. So yeah, I would highly recommend one of these, and it's a really nice kind of way to package up a little present. And yeah, so item number 3 is the very ubiquitous sort of half moon zippered pouch. There are a lot of them out there. You probably, maybe you have your favorite type. I really like this one. I had this bookmarked and I really like sort of the shape. It's a little bit taller than a lot of them and I like the width of it. I had it bookmarked because I wanted to make one for myself for when I traveled, because sometimes things I need like a taller one. And I really like this one. It's from the Folk Art Factory and it's just called their Half Moon Pouch. This one also, because it's a little taller, there's always those sort of kind of odd sized things that you want that are going to be a gift that it would fit in. And when I do something like this and use it as sort of the packaging, my hope is always that they will, if they're not going to use it themselves, that they will find someone else to use it as a sustainable packaging and give it to somebody else. And actually I might even like mention that to somebody, say, right, so that they know I wouldn't feel bad if they, kind of gift it on. But then I'm thinking hopefully eventually it will find somebody that will really treasure it and really like it, and sort of all that work won't be to waste. But if you think, I am not doing zipper, that's like too much work if I'm just kind of giving this away as a packaging, I have another little bag, and that is a Japanese knot bag. These are a really simple little bag. This is one that I have that somebody gave to me. And so it's just like this, if you've not seen one before, and you just put the longer end through the shorter end, and right, there are no zippers, there are no snaps or anything to use as a closure. Now this one was, as I said, was a gift to me, and it has a round bottom. A lot of them that you see, there are tons of free patterns for these online. A lot of them are just very flat. I did find one that had a box bottom that is really pretty. So I will put the link to that. It is from a website called Some of Their Stories. Now, she's done a really beautiful job. She made a whole, like the fabric is all patchworked and it looks really pretty. There's no need to go to all of that though hers looks really pretty, but you can just easily cut a piece, you know, from fabric. And these are small enough pieces that you probably have scraps left over from, but it has like just a simple little boxed bottom, and yeah, it's an easy thing. There's no closures. Right. Item number 5 is something I made a whole bunch of this year. I showed it earlier on an episode right after I got home from my knitting retreat. I made a bunch of these for everybody. They went in their little goodie bags. But I think it's like a really nice little thing if you just want to add a little something instead of like a bow, or, you know, to a package or something. You could add this. And this is this little sort of sachet heart. I did a whole bunch of this. I'll put pictures in because I have them. It is lined. It has inside. It has lavender, and it is squishy. It's got a little bit of batting or like fiberfill in. The idea, I wanted to do something like this. I looked up a website called Charisse Creates, and I didn't even download the pattern. I just sort of looked at the pictures and thought, yeah, I can figure that out. I can draw a heart. I sewed it up. You know, left an opening for filling, and then added little buttons to sort of squish it in at the top. You can make it with a little hanger or not. So you could use this on a Christmas tree, but it's got the lavender inside, so it's nice to put in a lingerie drawer or something. This is a beautiful Liberty print, but they don't have to be. They could just be leftovers of something. And yeah, so really quick, easy little things to just add a little bit of yourself to a gift that you're giving to somebody. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I would love a thumbs up if you make something of any of these things, or if you have the same sort of situation. I would love to hear what you do. And yeah, so until I see you next time, happy sewing.